Hello there, welcome to another tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I create this keyhole on the neck area. There are different shapes you can make. Whatever shape you go for, just follow the process I'm going to be showing you here to have a neat finishing. So let's get down to it. If you are here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe and like my videos. God bless you. You'll be needing your hemi gum is very important in this keyhole and to have a perfect neat finishing. And you can also use bias. Yeah, you can also use bias to is it or you tape it, but to have a neat finishing you need hemi gum, which I will show you how you go about it later on. So you can see here that I have made a shape form of a triangle here. I want the keyhole to be very small. I don't want it to be too big. So that's the reason why I did a very small shape here. And this is the exact shape that I want. This first line here is the exact shape that I want. Then after this line, I go in by is either quarter of an inch, or if at all, not even up to quarter of an inch, half of quarter. You know what I mean. So I'll also show you why I did these two lines here. So some of you might be asking if how from here to here, the width and the depth, how many inches will I go about it? Well, you don't really need inches on all these places. Just get your shape, the shape of your keyhole, what you want. Some people do circle, some people do triangle, some people do love shape, some people do square. So depend on the shape that you want, and this is the shape I want. You can see how it's all draft out. So the next, you do it on a paper. You can see that I did it on a paper, right? You did it on a paper, and then you determine the amount of the keyhole that you want. For me, I want 5. So I have transferred it to, you see what I did here, I've transferred it to a different paper, right? So you need 5 of this. Then you also need your fabric pieces. When you are cutting on your material, right, you keep them. It's best that you use the same material that you are using for the clothes. So another thing you need is that by the time you are making all these arrangements, you will have done your blouse already. And you can see here that I've done my blouse already. You can see how nice it come out. You can see how it's pop up. Very nice, even inside very neat. After tracing this out on your paper, then you get one of these pieces. This is the right side and this is the wrong side, so you place this on it. You don't need to even get the amount of, because later on if it's too much you can trim it off. When you are doing it, when you're going to turn it, you can trim it off. So it doesn't matter how many inches you do here, just make it to be enough. So let me say that was very small, so let's say this one now is okay. So you place it on the wrong side of the pieces, because you want even the outside of the material to be, your blouse to be very neat, right? So you place it on the wrong side. So you pin it like this. Before I forget, as I said earlier, you will have done this your blouse that you want to put the keyhole. You can see this is the neck area, that's where I want to put the keyhole. And as you can see, I've already turned the neck. I've turned the neck, I've turned the side. It's as if you have finished the sewing of the blouse already. So you'll have done all of this. Some people ask if you have to do it before placing your lining. The answer is no. The reason is because you want the keyhole to be open at this region. So if you have do the keyhole before placing, turning your neck to fold your lining, it means that the lining is going to cover the hole, which will not make it nice. So there will not be need for that. So meaning that you have to do all the things you need to do before placing the keyhole. So you will have sew all the blouse. All you need now is that I've not done the shoulder area, right? And this is the armhole area, but every other places I have done already. So the next thing is to just place your back, and so that's what is needed in this blouse. So that's when you now come to the keyhole area. So for the keyhole, what you do, you can see what I have done here. I have placed, this is the center. You have to fold it like this to get the center of your blouse, then you use chalk to chalk it here. But I have done it already, and I have placed, this is the right side of my fabric facing the right side of the blouse. Then I place the keyhole at the center of the blouse, because I want 5 for this neck area. So one will be at this center, then 2 will be at this side, 2 will be at this side, together will be 5, right? So the first one I want to do now is to put it on this center. So I will mark, this is the center point, and you place these pieces now on right side face each other on the blouse. Then you now place your triangle, the keyhole hole. You place it, the pieces, you place it on the fabric. So as I said earlier, now this is the reason why I mark all these dots. What I will do now, I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew on this line here, not this first one. No. I'm going to sew all this line all around, following this mark like that. The reason why you have to do it on the paper like this, so that you can have a perfect neat sewing, right? So all you just need is to just follow, you make sure that your sewing is straight. You just follow around this line that you have marked. So by the time you finish sewing this all round, then you hold it together like this, right? You put a hole on it. Well, put a hole on it, then you now cut through this line, this first line only. Make sure that you don't pass that line and you don't enter this other line, because you don't want to cut through your stitch, right? So you cut through this line. Then after you have cut it, then you notch, make a tiny notch, so that you can fold it in out. So you make a tiny notch to all these places, make a tiny notch. Make sure that your notch does not enter through your stitches. So you make a tiny notch through it, then you turn it out. All right, so I've taken it to my sewing machine now, so I'm about to sew it. I follow the line through, right? Do is to cut your thread, right? Just keep watching. All right, so I have done this now. So what I need to do now is to flip it out, right? You see, then I'm going to show you something. If you are flipping it like this, you iron it, right? You can see what I have done here. You iron it, make sure that it's very neat. Now, the reason why you need to notch, you can see if you are flipping it out, if you don't properly notch, you see that it will be very difficult to go out in. So if you find it very difficult to flip it, that means your notch has not, you've not really notched it properly. So it means that you have to bring it out and notch again. So you can see that I'm having it difficult to fold here, meaning that my notch is not, I've not fully notched that place. So I'm taking it back now to how it was. Then I will notch that place very well. And I'm using white thread so that you can see the stitch well, but if you are doing your own, you can use the color of your lining, right? You will do this for each of the numbers of the keyhole that you want. Do exactly as I have done. So I'm going to go to my iron table, then smooth it like this, put my iron and iron it very flat, right? Iron all these places very well. By the time you finish ironing it, it will give you the shape, nice shape that you want here. So after this, then we'll come back. I will show you the next process on how to make all this, because you know you are not going to leave this on your material like that. Now leave this on your blouse, right? You know what I mean. So after iron it flat, I'm going to continue all the 5 numbers that I want. So it's following the process that we have showed you. So after I've done everything, you have to do everything before moving to the next. conceive all this area, right? We have to place all these flying edges in their place. So here is it now. I've already sewn the 5 opening that I want. So this is my hemi gun. So and I've done one already off camera. So you can see how neat it is, right? So the next thing to do now, you can see it on the right side, very neat. This is the work of the hemi gun. So I'll move to the second part, which I will show you how I achieved the first one. So you can see that the I'm having some excesses and is above the neck area, and you don't want it to be exposed on this neck area. So I'll be trimming this part off. So I'll trim it in a way that it can lay without showing on the right side. So you can see the way I'm trimming it. So go ahead to trim it as you want, and as you are doing, I'll be pressing it down as well. So I'm using my stove iron to press it down, and then I will check it on the right side to see if it is okay by me before I will place my hemi gun. Because once you place your hemi gun, that's the final. So you need to be checking it. When you iron it, you check it on the right side. So it's okay by me now. So I'm just going to place my hemi gun on it. I'll place it, then sprinkle water on it, then use my stove iron on it. So you can see what I just follow the process of what I'm doing, right? So this is how you go about it, and you have it neat. So I will just go ahead now to do the same thing to the remaining ones. You can see how it looks on the right side. Very beautiful, guys. So I will do the same thing to the remaining ones. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. God bless you. See you in my next one. Bye.